Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Some very, very sad news to report, and that is that George Foreman, the two-time heavyweight champion of the world, has passed away, age 76. It was announced via Instagram. His family posted something which I will read to you. It says, our hearts are broken. With profound sorrow, we announce the passing of our beloved George Edward Foreman Sr., who peacefully departed on March the 21st, 2025, surrounded by loved ones. A devout preacher, a devoted husband, a loving father, and a proud grand and great-grandfather, he lived a life marked by unwavering faith, humility, and purpose. A humanitarian, an Olympian, and two-time heavyweight champion of the world, he was deeply respected, a force for good, a man of discipline, conviction, and a protector of his legacy, fighting tirelessly to preserve his good name for his family. We are grateful for the outpouring of love and prayers and kindly ask for privacy as we honour the extraordinary life of a man we were blessed to call our own. And that's from the Foreman family. Foreman, as you know, two-time heavyweight champion. He actually won a gold medal at the Olympics in 1968. In 1973, he knocked out Joe Frazier in 2 rounds, which at the time was considered a big upset, certainly the manner in which it was done. But he had Frazier on the floor half a dozen times and stopped him in 2. They would have a rematch years later. Foreman would stop Frazier in 5 rounds. But after winning the title, he made 2 defences, and then he lost the title in a massive, massive upset to Muhammad Ali. The comeback, well, Muhammad Ali had lost to Frazier, was expected to be fodder for Foreman, but he managed to exhaust Foreman, rope-a-dope him and knock him out. And then eventually Foreman gave up boxing in 1977. He found religion. He's a Christian. He returned to Houston, which was his home city, and he was an ordained minister. In 1984, he founded the George Foreman Youth and Community Centre. And after 10 years away from boxing, because he needed money to fund his religious endeavours, he returned to the ring, age 38, and he ended up, even though he lost to Evander Holyfield, he ended up becoming the oldest heavyweight champion ever at the age of 45. I remember that fight well. I could not believe it when Foreman won. A friend of mine who I used to work with, a guy I used to be in a band with, wrote loads of songs with, I remember him saying to me, I think Foreman's going to do this, you know. And I said, I'm not sure about that. And I give him an outside chance. And if you look at the fight, Mora was outboxing George for a long, long time. And then George blinded him with a jab, brought the right hand over. And Mora, who had a pretty questionable chin, certainly at heavyweight, because he started off as a light heavyweight, Michael Mora, he hit the floor and he was out. And that was that. History was made. 45 years old, George Foreman. I remember him sort of getting down in the corner to say a quick prayer, looking like he had the air of someone who thought, yeah, I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. And I've just done it, and that'll do, you know. And he carried on fighting after that. And of course he was famous for his grills, wasn't he? You know, George Foreman grill. I read somewhere he made about $100 million out of those grills. He had like a slice of the pie every time they sold one. He got a cut. Not bad, is it? But yeah, when you consider the sort of very menacing, emotionally enclosed or emotionally closed character that he was during his first reign, and compare that to the big fat bald George, who was jovial and smiling and making jokes about eating too many hamburgers. He's a different person, almost a different person. But as one of his greatest foes, Muhammad Ali, said, you know, the man who is the same at 50 as he was at 20 has not lived. George Foreman definitely lived. Make no mistake about that. Olympic gold medalist, 2-time heavyweight champ of the world. George Foreman, we salute you. Thanks for the memories, and much love to the family.